get started. I'd like Becky Neosi to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the January 12th, 2015 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I represent District 3 alongside Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2, and Commissioner Shelley Bueller, who represents District 1. First item, please. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First item, please.
Item 1, organizational. Number 1, elect chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
Does anybody have any ideas?
I'll move to elect Commissioner Kevin Cook as chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
And I'll second that. Motion made to elect Commissioner Kevin Cook as chair of the commission. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. And I think the procedure is that we change seats now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to sit over there.
All right.
You didn't switch chairs.
Huh?
You didn't switch chairs. Sometimes they would get comfortable in their chairs and they go, well, I want this chair.
Yeah,
And so
you're
then we
right.
have all of the chairs. So if you do, you have to tell Jane after a while. That would, maybe she would do that for you.
Okay.
You know, it's
That
not
means,
that particular.
I guess then we'll move on to the next item.
Item 1, Roman number 1, 2, elect vice chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
I'll make a motion to elect Commissioner Shelley Bueller as the vice chair of the commission.
Second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Next item.
Item 3, consider appointment of commissioners to the following: A, Community Health Center Board; B, Kansas Expo Advisory Board; C, Ambulance Advisory Board; D, Health Access Board; E, Metropolitan Topeka Planning Organization; F, Go Topeka Board; G, Chamber Board; H, Stormont Vale Advisory Board; I, Security Council; and J, State of Kansas Labor Workforce Development Committee.
Madam Clerk, would it be appropriate for us to take these all up at one item, or can we do them individually, or do we need to do them individually?
You can do them individually, or if you have a list and you just want to start saying who's going to be or how are you going to do it, it's fine.
Commissioners, in speaking with Jane and looking at our assignments that we've had in the last 2 years, I would propose the following: that Commissioner Archer be appointed to the Community Health Center Board, Commissioner Cook appointed to the Kansas Expo Center Advisory Board, Commissioner Bueller appointed to the Ambulance Advisory Board, Commissioner Cook appointed to the Health Access Board, Commissioner Bueller appointed to the Metropolitan Topeka Planning Organization, MTPO, that Commissioner Archer be appointed to the Kansas Labor Workforce Development Committee, Heartland Works, that Commissioner Archer be appointed to the Go Topeka Board, that Commissioner Cook be appointed to the Chamber of Commerce Board, that Commissioner Bueller be appointed to the Stormont Vale Advisory Board, and that Commissioner Bueller be appointed to the Security Council. And that would be a motion.
I have a question. On the Stormont Vale Advisory Board, I think there was some discussion of Commissioner Archer continuing on that. Is that, I may be wrong. No? Okay. I stand corrected. That's fine. Okay.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 2-0. Next item.
Item 4, consider approval of resolution number 2015-1, setting the days and hours the courthouse will be open, setting dates and times of the commission meetings, and setting agenda procedures.
I'll move to adopt the resolution.
No second.
Motion made by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Next item.
Item 5, consider approval of Resolution 2015-2 designating the county official county newspaper.
Madam Clerk, there have been qualifications made by the applicants.
Yes, any newspaper that desires to be, to represent or have publications, they have to file with the county by July 1st, and both of the local newspapers, Topeka Capital Journal and the Topeka Metro News, have met that qualification, and I have them on record in my office.
Is there a motion as to which newspaper should be designated as the official county newspaper? I would move that we now appoint the Topeka Metro News as the official county newspaper.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Next item.
Item 3, consent agenda.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Bueller to approve the consent agenda, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. Passes 3-0. Next item.
Item 4, new business, A, County Clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
And Commissioner Cook, I'll continue your trend of reporting out for vouchers. Vouchers total $1,932,972.85. And of that amount, allocations for social services, aging, mental health, the extension office, those add up to $1,214,954, so they make up the bulk of the allocation, or the vouchers. Second is Capers with $308,000 and a bridge project for $145,000 roughly. So with that, I move approval of the vouchers.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Archer. And I would just note that the allocations for all the social services, that is a 6-month allocation.
Quarterly.
Or quarterly allocation. So just so the public is informed, that's a quarterly allocation of over $1 million for social services. But motion made by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Next item.
There are no correction orders today.
Next item.
Item B, Sheriff's Office. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C15-2015 with Leads Online for online search service at a cost of $13,381.50.
Good morning, Commissioners. Captain Hoover with the Sheriff's Office. Leads Online is an online program that searches local pawn shops, comparing serial numbers, et cetera, looking for stolen items, and we do recover stolen items regularly from Leads Online. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to try and answer them.
I noted this is not a fund that comes or paid out of the general fund. This is paid out of the Special Law Enforcement Fund.
Correct.
And this is a 3-year contract or 2-year contract. 2-year contract.
I believe so. Sorry, I didn't look specifically at the years.
I think I'm looking at the memorandum from March 15th of 15 to March 15th or 14th of 2017.
Yes, sir.
Is there any other discussion?
Make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item C, Health Agency. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C16-2015 with the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for funding in an amount of $12,855 to help offset costs for nursing services in the prevention and control of tuberculosis.
Morning, Commissioners. Allison Alejos, Health Agency. This is a contract renewal with the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for funding to help us offset our nursing services for tuberculosis control efforts here in Shawnee County. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Is Any questions, Commissioner Archer?
Yes, thank you. Allison, what's the scope of the problem of TB in Shawnee County?
Tuberculosis, actual active cases of disease tend to run usually 3 to 5 a year. Last year, we didn't have any active cases of tuberculosis. We do treat people for tuberculosis infection, and that is people that have the TB germ within them, but they're not actively sick. So we provide them with preventive medication, and that's something that we do with a number of people through the health agency.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Move approval of the contract.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Bueller,
Second.
second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item D, Public Works. Number 1, consider approval of request to solicit bids, waive bidding procedures, and purchase various materials for 2015 calendar year and 2015-2016 winter season.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Block with Public Works and Solid Waste. This is a Public Works item, and this is our annual request to basically get prior approval to go out for requests for quotations or bids for the various items that we use all throughout the year for our road maintenance. We like to do this all at once because the timing of these different materials just comes all throughout the year, and so then we have the prior approval to go out for bids when we need them, and then when we get the bids back, then we come back to the commission and present them in accordance with the purchasing procedures. So if there's any questions regarding this request, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Tom, there are,
Oh, yes. There are a few items where we want to waive the normal purchasing procedures. Those being one for emulsified asphalt tack oil. And the reasoning behind that is because there's only one local supplier. We don't have a storage facility for that type of material. So anytime we would need it, we would have to travel, if we potentially to Kansas City to get it. And when we need it like very quickly. So there's one local supplier, Badass Asphalt. So we would like to be able to purchase it from them on an as-needed basis, and that material is used if you're doing any kind of asphalt work. It's just oil you place down on the road surface before you place the asphalt. Crushed stone at quarry prices. This we get price lists from the different quarries throughout the county, and it's just basically their rack price or standard price, I guess you'd call it. And depending upon the location where we need the material, we would like to be able to just purchase it as needed from the quarry that's nearest to that location, because we find that if we get locked into one quarry, we could potentially outweigh the cost, any savings in costs of buying a specific kind of rock just by having to haul it a much further distance across the county. Third one is sign sheeting materials. We would like to be able to 3M has the state contract, so we would like to just purchase it from 3M off the state contract. And also all our sign sheeting materials, for as long as I can remember, have been 3M, so those materials would be consistent with the types of materials that we have on our signs now. And then sign blanks and sign posts and brackets. Sign blanks are just the blank steel that we use to make our traffic signs, and the sign sheeting is the material, the film that we put over it to make, like red film we use for stop signs and things of that nature. But those materials, we never know exactly what we're going to need throughout the year. For instance, signs get knocked down or blown over or shot up or things like that. So we like to be able to purchase them as needed when we need them, and specifically the types that we need at that time. And typically what we were asking to do is to be able to take phone quotes, get phone quotes from 3 suppliers minimum that have historically supplied those materials to us. And when we make these purchases, they are typically they're always less than $10,000 on each individual purchase. But throughout the course of a year, they could potentially total more than $10,000. So we're asking that we can just do phone quotes each time we make an individual purchase, even though we may be making 2 or 3 or 4 purchases throughout the year. And typically, signed posts and brackets, I doubt they'll go over 10,000. Signed blanks will probably be right around the 10,000 range or slightly over. But we would prefer just to be able to do the phone quotes and not go out for a formal bid because we don't know what we're going to need throughout the year.
Thank you. I had know that I had some questions regarding the request to waiver the purchasing policy. Is there any other discussion or questions regarding the request from Public Works? Is there
Move approval of the request.
motion to approve the request by Commissioner Bueller? Is there
I'll
a second?
second, I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item E, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider the 2015 schedule of fees for the Shawnee County golf courses.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Knight, Parks and Recreation. You have before you this morning our proposed schedule of fees for the golf courses. I have with me today Austin Tillman, who's the general manager of the private contractor who runs our golf courses, and Kerry Golden, who's the director of golf. But just to kind of fill you in, what we've done is we've done a kind of an informal market study to see where our golf courses fit with the other golf courses that we are competing against. Come up with fees. We've talked through these to find out how we can maximize those revenues from those courses. I think Austin and Kerry have a little presentation they'd like to give to you here shortly, but the maximizing these revenues is becoming more and more important to us, especially since last week we started the revolving fund. So we don't want to necessarily be the cheapest in town. We want to be in there, we want to make as much as we can, yet not affect the attendance and use of our golf courses. The other thing that is part of this schedule of fees is a contract, or several contracts, which you'll see attached to the back of this document. That puts us in a more competitive situation, too, in which somebody who is wishing to purchase an annual pass for our 3 golf courses can sign this contract and have their accounts automatically through ACH transfers make monthly payments. Those are the 2 big changes. My request does address a resolution. The county code, Article 9 of the county code is the rules that oversee the Lake Shawnee, or the golf courses for Shawnee County. These fees in that county code allows me as the director to set those fees, but I want to come down here to you guys, see if you have any concerns about the fees that are being set, and also to provide the public some notice. With that being said, I'd like to have Austin and Kerry come up here and make their brief presentation.
Good morning, Commissioners. Austin Tillman, the General Manager of the golf courses. I just brought some graphs for you today that kind of show our rate comparisons with other area golf courses in northeast Kansas. So, what we did for the 2 18-hole golf courses, we took weekday rates and weekend rates, which is the second page, but we compared them with 10 area local golf courses, kind of the northeast Kansas area, that compare with our golf course. Similar fairway structures, length, amenities that we offer at the golf courses. As you can see, our average proposed rate is lower than the area courses on there for most fees. So we feel like we're in a pretty good position as far as fees go going forward to generate the most revenue and still offer a good product at the golf course. Is there any questions on the fees?
How many courses did you look at to derive the average?
10 golf courses.
I see that now at the bottom.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions for Austin or Kerry?
No, I don't have any. Thanks.
All right. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is, just as a reminder, this is all three of the golf courses. The only two golf courses that are in the revolving fund are the Cypress Ridge Golf Course and the Lake Shawnee Golf Course. You'll be seeing some other information that comes down before the commissioners regarding the Forbes Golf Course and how we intend to reduce that subsidy for that course as well. Be happy to answer any other questions you may have.
John, I noted that you said a couple of key words this morning, is that, we're not cheap, but we're affordable in providing a quality product. And I think that's probably important to note, is that this is an affordable quality product, that we're not diminishing Lake Shawnee or Cypress Ridge.
It's a quality and it's still affordable. Yes, I would agree with you. At some point in time, you can begin to cut rates and it look like you have a lot of people coming and using your place, but then you soon begin to send the message that you're a cheap and undervalue your product. This strikes a very good balance with increases we made last year, and we'll go through this year and monitor it as we go along. Additionally, in the resolution in the county code, it allows me to change those fees, and if I do change them as the year goes on, I'll come back down here and inform the commission.
Okay. That might be good. Also, just to touch base, how the revenues are going throughout the year, just as much in the same way that Betty would come to the commission to talk to us about how the revenues are going on for the county. I think that would be helpful, just so that we kind of have a handle on how things are going with the revolving fund, with this being a pilot project, and I'm very interested to see its outcome. Is there any other discussion for John Knight?
Thank you, commissioners.
Motion to approve the request from John Knight. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Next item.
Item F, Commission, number 1, consider approval of reappointment of Brian Jakes to the Planning Commission for a term expiring on December 31st, 2017.
I just don't know that we need to take action on this, but just a note that we have approved Brian for a second or another term on the Planning Commission.
Commissioner,
Good.
this is the at-large
Okay.
position.
You want a second motion?
Probably.
Okay. I'll make the motion then to reappoint Brian to the at-large position to expire on December 31st of 2017.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Next item.
Item F2, consider approval of request to focus attention on employee retention in 2016.
Commissioners, I had placed this on the agenda after some consultation with our Director of Administrative Services, Betty Greiner, and with Human Resources as well. And just hope that you join me in focusing attention on employee retention, and it outlines some of the breakdown of items in the memo. But I know as commissioners, we always have to balance taxpayers, quality services, and that sort of thing. But again, just wanting to focus attention on employees. So.
Commissioner Bueller, I join you wholeheartedly in looking at employee retention. I know that that's an issue, not just in one department or one area, but across the county as a whole. How do we retain our quality employees, and how do we offer the most benefit to our constituents? And so I wholeheartedly agree with that as a philosophy. Commissioner Archer, any other thoughts or considerations?
No, thank you.
All right. Next item.
Item 5, administrative communications.
Is there any administrative communications?
Morning, Commissioners. I just wanted to announce that on Monday, January 26th, we will be having our next Board of Health meeting. We hope to have that streaming live, so if people can't be in attendance, they can certainly see it, and it falls immediately after the commission meeting, so I just wanted to make that announcement.
January
26th.
26th. Okay. Any other administrative communications? Commissioner Archer?
Well, just congratulations to your appointment as chair, and congratulations to Shelley as vice chair and her swearing in this morning for another 4-year term. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Bueller.
Just It's an honor to serve District 1. I really enjoy this job. And so I'm glad the voters have placed their trust in me again for 4 more years. And it was nice to have my family here. My mom and dad traveled from Junction City this morning, and all my kids were here. I think you can hear them back in my office. So, but just, again, thank you for 4 more years. I look forward to it.
Congratulations, and thank
Thank
you
you.
for the vice chair position. And I would note that, in addition to Commissioner Bueller, we also had the opportunity to swear in Register of Deeds, Becky Nyosi. I see there. Congratulations to you, Becky. You've done an excellent job as Register of Deeds, and I know that you'll continue to benefit Shawnee County with your work as Register of Deeds. We also witnessed the swearing in for Judge David Debenham, Bill Ostman, and Cheryl Rios Kingfisher. And so we thank them for their service to the county and to the state of Kansas. Following up kind of positive note with a more solemn note, I did note that over last Friday, Bill Singer passed away. Bill was a former Shawnee County employee. He held a number of positions, and his obituary reads that in 1996 he was tasked with the opportunity to consolidate the 911 emergency communications for Shawnee County. And that was not a small undertaking, and that's something that we still benefit from today in its efficiencies and in its quality to the citizens and how we respond to emergencies. And I know that there's a service to be held at a later time. But I just want to note our appreciation to the family and our loss as a community for Mr. Singer.
I might just add, I had the opportunity to work with Bill, and he was a unique guy. I always enjoyed talking with him, and so, yes, our condolences to his family.
Next item.
Item 6, executive session.
I know that we have a need. We are adjourned.
Did you see that service was Saturday?
You got your chair back.